Good morning, good morning, good morning, and blessings from the Most High. Thank you for tuning in to Mobile Mysteries again. I appreciate each and every one of y'all who are tuning into these videos, who are allowing me to give you insight, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from my perspective that I feel that is shared with me through spirit. Today, I just want to briefly talk about toxic relationships and also receiving and giving toxicity. One thing about toxicity, it is stimulated and it is grown from childhood. Childhood traumas, childhood situations and circumstances that ain't got nothing to do with the person that you're dating. However, the things that you've experienced, the things from your childhood that has not been healed, that has grown and developed over time, over the years, as you have become an adult, is now a situation that is causing toxicity in your life or causing you to be a toxic person. And toxicity is basically when you are acting out of your emotions, no matter where those emotions are coming from. It can be irrational, it can be misleading, misunderstood. You just have to be aware. We all have toxic traits. We all have things in our lives that are things about our character that may not be suitable for somebody else. But when you dwell in that and you allow yourself to be a toxic person, or allow yourself to maintain and stay within toxic relationships, you have to understand that you're killing yourself slowly. You are killing the other person slowly. And when it comes to toxicity, you are selfishly trying to obtain and gain something only for yourself, not based on the other person's needs, desires, or who they are as a person or their heart. And you want to take the essence of impurity from a person based on manipulation, based on stunting someone's growth, or wanting someone to mold and be into what you desire for them to be, to satisfy and gratify your inner childhood traumas. So you have to be aware when you are dating someone, and if y'all always fighting, if they're always gaslighting you, if they're always trying to find a scapegoat, if they're always playing the victim, if they're always wanting to, if they're a cheater, or they're wanting to start fights so that they can go out and do what they want to do, if they're mistreating you, mistreating your children, misleading, playing mind games, playing emotional games, lack of emotional maturity, lack or inability to have understanding or and compassion for others. There is a strong element of narcissism in so many people, in so many situations, and so many households, that you are acting out in this narcissistic trait, but also your children are being developed and groomed into narcissism. And you are truly abusive. You are emotionally abusive, physically abusive, mentally abusive. And the thing is, it's all stimulated from childhood traumas, what you didn't, in the love that you didn't receive as a child. And now you're in a big ass adult child who don't know how to manage your emotions, who are emotionally incapable of promoting and stimulating growth and positivity and good health. But instead, you want to stunt others' growths and mold them into what you want so that you can be healthy in your own toxicity. You have to be aware of things and people that is causing and creating chaos within your spirit, within your soul. And then too, you got to understand, these motherfuckers got demons. It is demons out here in people who are only feeding off the energy of what you have to offer, who is feeding the energy. That's why, when people are in a relationship and they're cheating, for example, that person who is obsessively cheating is feeding a demon. And guess what? They want you around because you are a narcissistic supply. You are like the main supply to feed that demon. You may be providing housing. You may be providing clothing. You may be a parent of the person's child. You may be the financial breadwinner. You may be a person with a car. And the thing is, anybody, anything, anywhere can have narcissism. It don't matter what type of relationship. If there's a one-sided relationship, it is a narcissistic relationship, because you are only giving to the person who is taking. So you have to be aware of the people you surround yourself with and the characteristics and the characteristic traits. And to be honest, I personally feel that narcissism is a debilitating spiritual disease that takes on the persona of like toxic love, or takes on a persona of my aggression and how I passively aggressively show love to you is a healthy way of showing you how much I really love you. And I'm saying in a way of like, say for example, a person tells you, you protected, I got you, I'm gonna protect you, right? But in that level of protection that they quote unquote are giving you, if you're out and you see a friend and you're a woman and your friend is a male, and that the person you're with is like, oh, I'm gonna protect you, but then when you go out and you may see someone who's a man that's your friend and blah blah blah, or you may get a call from your friend that's a male, and that person that you're with gets upset and mad, and I told you I was gonna protect you, and woo 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 woo, all because you got a call from a friend, or you seen someone that was a friend, but because it's the opposite sex and because they're your protector, now they want to protect you from talking to your friend or talking from the next energy, but that's really coming from their own insecurities as a man. And vice versa with a woman. Women do the same thing. There's toxic men, toxic women, and there's toxic children, okay? There's narcissistic children, there's narcissistic men, there's narcissistic women, because it is a learned behavior. But personally, like I said, I feel as though it's a spiritual disease. Your spirit is diseased by normality or healthy living or healthy emotions. And people just need to really learn emotional maturity. However, if it is something, if they learned this narcissism from a narcissistic parent, and that narcissistic parent had a narcissistic parent who had a narcissistic parent, don't you think that's generational? I know I come from a generation of narcissism. I know I have had narcissistic traits and narcissistic tendencies. However, I've also had emotional maturity, emotional growth, and I choose to heal. So therefore, I've chosen to heal from my childhood traumas. So therefore, as you can grow and develop and learn and choose to have certain learned behaviors dismantled if you choose that within yourself. So you got to be careful. Don't be out here being gaslit by people. Don't let somebody come in and love bomb you. That's another form of narcissism. Somebody coming in, love bombing you, giving you everything you want. Oh, I'm a provider, I'm a this, I'm a provider, I'm a protector. Oh, come move with me. You ain't got to work, you ain't got to do this, you ain't got to do that. Boom, boom, boom. But all that is love bombing to get you in a space of isolation so that they can begin to obtain control over you, obtain control over your finances, your situation, your circumstances, the way you live, the way you raise your children. They isolate you from the world, isolate you from your family, and then they want to take away the elements of you that made you who you are. They also are feeding off of you. You are feeding that demon. If you are put in a narcissistic situation and somebody is able to isolate you from the world, you have become narcissistic supply in the home for that person. And all they want you to do is clean their house, fuck on you, and listen to what they got to say. And a lot of times that comes with emotional abuse, physical abuse, psychological abuse. So be aware, stay vigilant. Realize if you got narcissistic traits, what you need to heal. If you realize that you're a selfish person in any type of way, you need to go back to your childhood and figure out where that shit started from. So, but that's all I'm about to say. Bless y'all. God bless y'all. Have a beautiful, amazing day. I pray that God just sees well with you. God sees prosperity in you, and that you see those things within yourself. Y'all be blessed.